yeah, I guess so. Update on episode 3. Was it 3?
The fairies was, yeah.
Oh, no, okay, but fairy... Oh, yeah, they both happened the same. So the fairies one, my mom was telling me that apparently, like, the lights you see in the corner of your eyes that, like, kind of flit away are, like the smaller fairies.
Yeah.
They're very playful and they like to hide things, and that explains a lot.
And I sometimes see them with my glasses, and, like, part of me is like, it's just the light reflecting, but I'm, like, also, like, what if my glasses are giving me true sight?
Maybe. That's not what
true sight.
Enchanted glasses.
Wait, doesn't your D&D character literally have one of that item?
Glasses
Something
of true
like
sight?
that.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's the flick of light at the corner of your eye when you look, nothing was seeable. You only, like, really see it out of your periphery.
Hate that.
My cat used to play around with them a lot.
Yeah, that tracks. Animals are in tune.
They're a bit shy, but they're also playful, and they like to move things around and hide things. Mm-hmm. So, like,
whenever I have something that's, like, been moved or I
exactly.
I feel like I can't find it where I put it, I'm like, it's fairies.
Yeah, exactly. And then we talked about, like when my cat Lady died, we buried her in my dad's garden. Mm-hmm. And that summer, the garden was full of ladybugs.
Aww.
And it was, like, so cute. And then, like, literally for, like, the next year, we just kept finding ladybugs everywhere. At my dad's place, at my mom's place. I found them at my work. Like...
That's so good.
Yeah, it was really nice. And I also, like with Lady, like, we find... Like, she sleeps on my bed sometimes still. Mm-hmm. Not as much lately, because, like, when I move, there's usually, like, a few weeks or, like, a month there where she, like, doesn't know where I am. But then she finds me eventually, so it's nice.
I'm just imagining, like, this cat just, like, following you wherever you move. He's going, like, stop fucking moving! But, like, in that cat way, like, nah!
No, that's literally her. Like, when she found me after I moved this time, I halfway woke up in the middle of the night, and because she was lying on my back, because I was, like, lying down my front, and I was like, there was a weight on my back, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it was like, it's her.
I love that.
I'm glad that you can attribute that to her and not a sleep paralysis demon.
No, like, I turned around and I saw her curled up. Because that's the thing, though. Like, I only see her in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Because if I wake up fully, I don't see her anymore. But if I, like, wake up halfway, I still see her.
Because your brain's still open to the other world.
If you're having sleep paralysis on your stomach, bruh, you're in big trouble.
That's why I never sleep on my back.
I've found most of the time it's happened when I have fallen asleep on my back, or, like, if I fall asleep on the couch, because I'll usually be on my back. But sometimes it will be, like, I move around a lot in my sleep, so sometimes I'll end up on my back, and then that's when it happens.
Yeah.
And then the worst part about those ones is that's usually the ones where I think, I know I'm dreaming, I know it's a dream, and I know it's sleep paralysis, so I try and wake myself up, and I think I've done it, and then it turns out I'm still asleep, and I'm consciously aware that I'm still asleep after about 5 seconds of trying to wake up.
I hate
because
that.
I'm trying to scream, and nothing's coming out.
I hate that a
It's
lot.
the worst.
Your brain going, like, psych? You thought you escaped? Ooh.
Yeah, and that'll happen. I'll, like, do that a couple times before I actually am able to wake up. It's awful. Hi, welcome to Liminal Spaces. I'm your editing monkey, Adele, and this is me during post, because as I was editing this, I realized that Nick, Chris, and I forgot to do a welcome intro for this episode. This was the third episode that we recorded in one day, breaking canon that Chris was locked in our basement locked in my basement for a month and a half. It's fine. But you know, it's a great episode otherwise, and it was before Christmas and everyone was absolutely knackered. So please cut us some slack and enjoy the episode. Thanks.
The episode 7.
Disclaimer, I'm not actually a vampire.
Chris is a vampire.
Chris is a vampire. Confirmed.
Jacq'cuse?
It's now in the internet.
It's in the canon.
It's in the Liminal Spaces verse canon.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also gonna be a cyborg in like 30 years.
Yeah. You're the cyborg vampire.
Oh God.
That lives that is hostaged in Adele's basement.
Am I like a Terminator villain?
Yes.
Oh shit, you are.
Oh my God.
But who are the real Terminator villains but society and us?
The real Terminator villains are actually the guns.
I've never seen a Terminator.
Me neither, actually.
Okay. Then we're good. Then we're pretty Gucci.
I've seen bits and pieces. I've never seen a whole one.
Terminator? I've seen it. You watched it? No. But I've seen it.
No, that's me with like a stupid amount of shows and anime.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never seen it, but there's like a lot of things that I know because friends know.
Like
I've
Yuri
never
on Ice?
I did watch Yuri on Ice.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was sweet. But
I had a friend who hated Yuri on Ice, because they actually like hated seeing gay people happy. They were also gay people. They were just like really bitter at the time.
Wow.
Woof.
I never read Homestuck, but I knew everything about it because I had a friend in high school. Shout out Jim, who cosplays as Dave every day of school.
Every day
on
of
purpose?
School.
On purpose. He did that on purpose.
Woof.
Woof. Does he do laundry?
I don't know.
Does he have multiple? Okay, so I don't like the implications that either A, same set of clothes 5 days a week, which, to be fair, if you gotta, you gotta.
Yeah.
But the other implication is that he just has multiple sets of the Dave Strider outfit.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you think he has like separate like drawers for like Dave Strider and Dirk Strider? I've also never watched Homestuck, by the way. So I just know of these two people.
There's like variations, and he never did Dirk. He always did Dave. So,
Valid.
to the point where a lot of people called him Dave.
Dave.
People just called him Dave.
Is he the Dave that is Homestuck Dave the same Dave who owns Wendy's?
Yes. Whoa. I said that without realizing the implications of that. So
Ooh.
Dave Strider's daughter.
This is the deep lore. Dave Strider and Carcat's daughter owns Wendy's.
Hachi Machi.
Yikes.
Anyways, you guys want to talk about vampires more?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect segue.
Perfect segue. I'm here to talk about vampires today.
You want a segue?
Yay.
I'm talking
I
about
wish.
one specific vampire, though. Alleged vampire, because there's, nothing confirmed.
Yeah.
Nothing confirmed.
Can neither
Just like it's
confirm
not
nor
confirmed
deny.
that I am a vampire, I am not a vampire.
Chris is a vampire.
It's
Ow.
confirmed.
I almost fell.
I am not. There are no photos of me on the internet, so you can't confirm.
That's because you don't have a reflection.
Your photo can't be taken.
I love silver. It is my favorite metal.
Vampires don't have a thing with silver.
Yet.
Yet.
They love silver for the aesthetic.
Listen, I'm supposed to be the one who can't have silver.
I was gonna say, protects against the
Nick is actually a werewolf.
the werewolves.
I won't deny it.
Werewolf right beside me.
Werewolf, here wolf.
I knew there was a joke in there and I couldn't get it out in time.
I'm sorry, Adele.
Adele's just bitter because we made the joke first.
Yeah, that's my whole life. I have jokes in my head and they don't form quickly enough.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not good at improv. Is because the jokes are there. I can see the jokes, but they can't formulate in my
I've connected the dots.
You haven't connected shit.
I've connected low.
Shane Madej, I know you're
No,
listening.
Chris, stop doing shout-outs. They're not listening.
One day they will.
They.
One day it's gonna get to them.
I want Goatman's Bridge.
I don't
Fight
think-
me. Meet me in, oh, I don't want to dox myself. Meet me in Stratford, Ontario.
We've already pretty doxed ourselves a bit. Not like with our exact addresses, but like we're in Waterloo.
Yeah, they know we're in Waterloo and not Kitchener.
Anyway, I'm about to transport y'all to New Orleans.
Hell yeah. Take
Oh,
me
yeah.
away.
Nolans.
I can hear the trumpets.
Do anyone actually say Nolans?
You mean just in general?
Yeah, like do
Nolans?
people like when they're like referring to the city, do they say Nolans?
I'm
Nolans?
sure certain accents would.
Nolans?
Nolans.
That sounds like a Bostonian.
Oh, if you're from Boston, you're like Nolans.
Nolans?
You ever been down to Nolans?
TF2 Scout.
Or certain
I don't know how to accent. Okay, no, I'm actually gonna talk.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about vampires.
Let's talk about vampire.
We're gonna talk about one vampire.
Dracula.
There's actually a lot of I was originally gonna do like a whole episode on just like the vampires that have been in New Orleans that are
Yeah.
Like, and I'm gonna save those for another day.
Because you got...
Because I found one in particular that turned out to be a lot more interesting than I initially thought.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to talk to you about Jacques Saint-Germain.
Oh.
Very New Orleans.
Very New Orleans. He's actually from France.
Actual French.
Where
Actual
all
French.
foul things emerge.
Exactly. I still want to go to the Paris catacombs. Anyway.
Me too.
Not to, like, get on another tangent. But, okay, so Jacques Saint-Germain, like, arrived in, like, New Orleans in, like, 1902.
Okay.
He was charming, he was enigmatic, he was eccentric, he was a great conversationalist, he spoke so many languages, and, like, he had through, like, lavish parties, right?
Okay.
And at one of these parties, like, and here's the thing, nobody knew who this guy was, nobody knew where he was from, nobody knew where any of his wealth came from, so he was very wealtly.
This guy definitely comes across as very French.
Yes. And everyone kind of describes him as being in his mid to late 40s.
Okay.
All right?
For how long?
Exactly.
Ooh.
That's going to come up again.
Hell yeah.
I know what you are.
He looks like he's
French.
No. That's terrible. I hate that. Okay, so he threw. So here's the thing that happened. That kind of like made him super infamous, famous. So he threw this party, and at this party, he kind of like met this woman who's never really named in any of the versions I listened to.
Oh, that's a red flag.
Yeah, but like, she was like kind of taken out into a room by just the two of them, like, ooh, you know.
Oh no.
And
He's chosen.
I do not like where this is going.
No.
he like with her when her back is turned, he basically like, lunges at her and tries to like bite her neck, and she manages to like get away from him.
Okay.
But she escapes going over the balcony.
Yeah.
She like breaks like either like her foot or like legs, like bones in her legs and feet.
Oh my god.
And she manages to crawl away, but she does survive.
Spicy.
Good for her.
Exactly. Yeah. She tells the police. The police go back to his place, and he's vanished.
Yeah.
So they search it.
Okay.
So they found bloody tablecloths, like, all over the place. Not a speck or, like, a thing of food. Like, there was no food in the place, and there was nothing, like, that would indicate, like, someone had been cooking or someone had been eating in this house. So there was, like, nothing to, like, indicate that anyone had, like, been basically, like, living here as, like, a human cooking person.
Okay.
Yeah, because all the tablecloths were just bloody. And...
There was, like, a lot of bloody tablecloths, but they did find a lot of bottles of wine.
Okay.
And so they, like, tried it, because obviously that's what police do, is they try the wine.
This sounds like that one web series that you showed us with Joey Richter in it.
Edgar Allan Poe Murder Mystery Dinner Party / the gala for dinner potluck for friends, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they try the wine, and it turns out that it's not just wine; it's wine mixed with blood.
Gross.
Nasty.
Now, here's the thing about Jacques is that he was never like seen eating,
Yeah.
but he was always seen drinking wine.
Okay, so far this guy just sounds like really French to me.
Just turns out he's very French.
Yeah.
He might get even more French because
Sorry, I was gonna make a French kissing joke.
Oh,
It's just
Ooh.
only kisses French.
Ooh.
That was real dumb.
We've done dumber.
We should, yep.
Wow.
Nick just gestured to Chris.
Wow. I'm feeling very attacked.
It's fine. We're just talking about your people now.
Vampires.
Vampires, not the
I thought you
French.
were talking about the Filipinos.
No, not the French, not the Filipino. We're
I'm
talking
not
about
even
vampires.
French.
Exactly. That's part of the joke. I'm so sorry, Adele, for having you to have to edit this.
You'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
Take a shot every time I apologize to Adele for how much she has to edit this.
Take a
Please
shot
don't.
every time I try to get us like celebrity sponsors. Oh. Oh, by the way, Star Kid,
No.
'cause I know you're listening. Hire me.
Hire me. Okay. So another thing about Jacques is that he claimed to be the descendant of the Comte de Saint-Germain.
Okay.
Now, do you know who that is?
No.
Isn't that the guy from Phantom of the Opera?
Stop.
Who?
No.
Okay. Okay. No, he's not. I don't think. No. Maybe. He's a mysterious figure from the past.
Okay.
And this is where like the little like the bit of the weird like yeah.
Please don't tell me this is the same guy who like fought with Joan of Arc but then turned out to be a huge creep afterwards.
No. Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
What time period was Joan of Arc?
She was 100 Years' War. 14 something.
Nope, past 14.
Okay.
Okay, so what did this guy do?
So the Count of Saint Germain was a 17th century alchemist said to have achieved the creation of Philosopher's Stone and immortality.
Oh my goodness.
See, this guy was whack as fuck. He spoke 6 languages fluently. He was mysteriously and vastly wealthy. He was a master of both the piano and the violin. He threw lavish parties and attended to famous people like King Louis the 15th, I think. 15th.
15th?
15th. The XV.
XV?
Yeah, that's 15. Louis the 15th, Madame de Pompadour was a friend of his.
Ooh.
And Voltaire, I think there was like Professor, like Dr. Mesmer, like a lot of those like famous people from the 17th century.
Yeah.
This was Germaine.
These were Germaine's friends.
Interesting.
This was the Comte's friends. And here's another thing, nobody knows who he really was. Nobody knows. And here's another thing, he always looked 40 years old. About 40 years old, in his 40s.
Shout out to this guy, not for the assault and the creepiness, but if I decide to become a vampire, I would definitely do it at age 40, because that's when, like,
It's a very ambiguous looking age.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could look like young 30s, or you could look like 50. Like, you could last 40 for a long time in an area.
Let yourself go, you can look like you're 80.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. So, here's another weird thing, is, the Count of Saint Germain apparently died in 1784.
Okay.
But nobody saw it happen. Nobody saw his body. He has no grave.
I was going to say that you have a grave now.
And, for 40 years afterwards, there were reported sightings of him. Still looking 40 years old.
Interesting.
So,
when was his son supposedly born? You said that...
Exactly. See, Jacques claimed to be, or still claims, we don't know if he's still alive or not, there are people who claim to still see Jack around New Orleans.
Is there pictures online?
There's pictures of the Count. I haven't been able to find, like, an actual verified picture of Jack, but there's, like, a very popular picture of the Comte. Where that's the one that keeps circulating.
Interesting. That's George Washington.
It's not George Washington. I promise you it's not George Washington.
Are you sure?
Also, this is the house that she escaped the balcony of, so you can kind of see.
Okay.
But it's not, like, too far. It's not fall enough that it's going to, like, kill you.
Yeah, it's only second floor, but still.
Suck.
Yeah, honestly. And honestly, though, actually... No, I can't speak personally, because if I was personally being attacked by a vampire, I'd probably just let it.
Oh my goodness.
I can't say what I would do. I can't, it's one of those things where I could say anything, but in the moment, like, I wouldn't be able to accurately predict what would actually happen in the moment.
You know what I think would happen with me? Is if I'm getting attacked by a vampire, I go, "Yes, Daddy," and the vampire cringes back. And then I'm safe, so it's fine.
Speech was a mistake.
I mean, you're not wrong. Anyway, yeah, Jack. Yeah.
Wait, so yeah, when was he claimed? When did he claimed that Germaine was his dad?
He claimed that he was a descendant. There wasn't like any like I'm his grandson or grandfather, whatever, blah blah blah.
And how long between Germaine and?
So Germaine died in 1784, apparently.
Ooh.
And Jacques appeared in New Orleans in 1902.
So it's like
it's a good couple, like a good 100 and some odd years.
Yeah.
Between appearances.
Yeah.
Like last sightings, basically. Last confirmed sightings.
Enough time for like all the people who know you to die. So.
Yeah. But the thing is, here's the thing. When the Comte was around. Because here's another thing. He traveled. He loved traveling. And
was he a Sag?
He might have been. I don't think there's an actual confirmed birth date.
What was his name? The
Comte de Saint-Germain. Or the Count of Saint-Germain.
All right. Sorry to take this tangent here, but I'm looking up to see if this Comte de Saint-Germain was a
you look that up.
Sagittarius.
And just be aware that it's possible that information, if there is a birth date, might not be accurate.
Yeah.
Because even then, even in the 17th century, he was telling stories from the past like he had been there. From like hundreds of years ago before that.
That tracks.
So, yeah. But there was a story from then of a woman like approached him thinking that he was the son of someone she knew 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And he just like greeted her like he was that friend. Didn't even like play off as like, oh yeah, no, like my father, blah blah whatever. He's like, no, yeah, and he made like those jokes of like, yeah, I'm actually like 100 years old. So he's like,
vampires gotta,
but like it's yeah. So
I want to know him.
There is I think a comedian who semi-claims, I'm not sure how serious he is, to be the Count of Saint-Germain.
Who is it?
I can't remember. I'll look it up.
See, I don't like his salty overtones.
No, see, that's the thing though. That's the thing that makes me like kind of like, I'm not sure. I think like my theory is that Jacques is actually like just a vampire who like kind of assumed the identity because he's like, here's this famous Comte, and I'm like similar enough. Maybe it was like a nickname or whatever. And he's
I'm
like, haha.
also French.
I'm also very French. So.
What about the face? What about the look-alike?
See, that's like a claim. Like I can't find any like really pictures that would like.
So he's basically the equivalent of like when an Elvis impersonator takes the bit way too far and goes like, actually, I'm Elvis. You see?
Yeah.
I think I became Sean Connery there.
That's very Sean
I'm
Connery.
Elvis. You see? Elvis and Hunt for Red October. I am. Hollywood, please hire me.
No.
I can be your Sean Connery voice double.
I hate that.
Definitely not.
No. Oh.
Kevin Pollak.
What
Kevin
a fish.
Pollak was what?
He claims to be the Count of Saint-Germain. Hold on. I'll like.
Can I see?
I only have one hand. One phone, one screen.
I only have one hand.
I only have one direction I can face it in at one time.
I don't know any of his stuff.
Okay.
I only know him in this context, so.
Okay, dear listener, please look up Kevin Pollak and Count of Saint-Germain because actually it's pretty uncanny.
Just actually go listen to that Astonishing Legends episode because like it's like 7 hours long in total. But so if you can get through that, you'll get to that because they have an interview with him about that, so that's kind of fun.
Yeah, this is actually really creepy. That he looks almost exactly like him.
So I think he might be the Count of Saint-Germain, but I don't think he's Jacques Saint-Germain.
He's not Jacques.
I don't think they're the same person. But that's like all those stories are like kind of claiming that they're the same person. Like, oh, it's mysterious and everything. I think Jacques was just a vampire who kind of like stole that identity.
Now, do you think this is like a Dracula Alucard Castlevania situation?
Yes.
We're just like, fuck you, Dad.
Maybe.
I'm rebelling.
Yeah, I mean. Oh shit! There's another one. What if Jacques is actually like his descendant, and he just kind of turned into a vampire? He achieved.
Especially if he could get the powers from the stone.
I don't think. Like I was gonna say, I don't think the.
I forgot about the Philosopher's Stone.
That's why he's famous.
That's a whole other egg I forgot to crack.
That's why the Count is famous, at least,
Yeah.
because he's like.
He stole the stone from his dad and was like, "Fuck you, Dad."
I was gonna say like maybe he like the stone gave the Count, the original Count, immortality, but it wasn't like inherited. So to find his own immortality, he became a vampire and like moved to New Orleans and killed a bunch of people.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Not great. Anyway, shout out to the New Orleans Vampire Association. You're doing amazing work. I'm gonna save that my whole information thing about that for another day.
So when you do shout outs, okay, but when I do a shout out.
That's because I'm not trying to get a sponsorship. Yeah, I'm not going, hey, New Orleans Vampire Association, please sponsor us. I'm not doing that.
Hey, to be fair, I just want to fight Shane Madej in Stratford, Ontario for the Goatman's Bridge.
Wouldn't you have to travel to the Goatman Bridge to fight him for the Goatman's Bridge?
Technically.
I think I just have to steal Shane Madej's demon powers.
If you go onto the Goatsman Bridge, which is Shane Madej's bridge now,
yeah,
and you stay there overnight, and he doesn't come to fight you, technically it's now yours.
That's true.
That's fair.
So we don't even know for sure. We don't have confirmation if it's even still Shane's.
It probably not is.
Probably
not is.
It probably not is. Does that sound wrong?
It probably isn't.
It probably not is. I don't know. That doesn't sound wrong to me.
Your merit time is showing.
Oh shit! It probably not is. Oh, my nerves.
I use the boy that steals the bridge, and I use the boy that claims it.
Oh, me nerves. Okay.
Let me tell you a story about
me old nerves.
Bones.
We finally got it. We got it in the real.
They kept me down here for 3 months, just so I would say that phrase.
Yeah.
Me old bones.
Let me tell you a story. German 985. If you're listening to this, I love you.
Chris, stop trying to get sponsorships.
I'm not trying to get sponsorships. I'm just trying to confess my deep, undying love to German 985.
We'll do it.
Love you.
Oh, I hate it. Oh my god. Anyway, my dumpling turned out pretty okay. There's like a lot of flour bits, flour clumps. I'm gonna try mixing it next time.
See, that's pulp. It's just like when you have pulp and orange juice.
I hate
really not.
That is the worst thing you've ever said to me, considering I hate pulpy orange juice.
See, I like it, but no.
No.
That's exactly
Flour
what it
is
is.
not pulp. I refuse. Flour
Well,
is way too chalky to be pulp.
It is like having like little chunks of chalk.
You know, maybe you should stop like eating chalk.
I will never stop eating chalk.
Oh, I just unlocked high school memories.
Ah!
We had a science teacher who ate chalk.
I had a physics professor who just chewed on seaweed all the time.
Okay, but seaweed's delicious.
It is.
But she,
Was this in
I'm not gonna.
class?
Yeah, this was like in class. I'm not gonna name her because she is actually the most valid person I've ever heard of. So shout out if you're listening. I know you're probably not.
Can you
But
imagine?
you're the most valid person, even though you ate chalk. But I felt really bad because everybody made fun of her for it. I'm just like, if I was stuck in a school with 14 to 18-year-olds,
I'd eat asbestos in the middle of class.
See, I just
Yeah.
I couldn't, just because, like, I just imagined eating chalk, and it made me, like, send shivers down my spine.
yeah, it's like the nails on the chalkboard sensation.
Yep,
Sorry, dear listeners.
yep. God damn it, Christopher.
Yummy, yummy in my tummy.
No.
God, this is like meta anti-ASMR, where you just like describe like that sensation.
Describe the worst sensations.
No, why would you make us lose listeners?
Eating applesauce is like the worst physical
Ooh,
sensation.
That's a hot
No,
take.
Jello for me.
It's the same. It's the same texture thing.
Similar, but, like, Jello's worse for me.
Yeah, that's valid. But like for me, they're like the both same texture things.
See, I'm the opposite. I love the texture of both those things.
Yeah, but you're also like you also like the tight spaces.
I do. I love tight and closed spaces, and
Like his coffin.
You know what? It's a casket, first of all.
You know what the difference between a coffin and a casket is?
One of them is my bed, and one of them is not my bed.
That's a good distinction.
That's a
But
lie.
it's the
I'm not a vampire.
He is this. It's okay. It's fine. One of them is shaped like in the square. The other one is like the. So I think it's a coffin is the one that's like does
Yeah,
the weird shape, and then the
Coffin shape.
and then the casket is the rectangle, and it's apparently because it coffins like the shape of it, the way they like cut the corners, saved on wood and made them cheaper. Whereas like caskets were like for the more wealthy and expensive because they were like the full boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah. See, for my funeral, this is what I want to happen. My funeral is going to be a solid like 15 years after I die.
Okay.
Because you're going to put me in a tree. And then my funeral is going to be around this fully
Like,
grown tree.
Just hanging you in a tree, or
No. You know the thing where
I know
like
what you mean. I'm just like putting the image of
Okay.
like Chris deteriorating,
decapitated.
decapitating in a tree.
Yeah. I want to be cremated, and then I want to be put into that plant a tree with your body sort of program, and then once that tree is fully grown, everybody's gonna like have the funeral
And then
around
we're
the
gonna
tree.
cut you down.
Wouldn't it? No.
I'm sorry.
Wouldn't it be more valuable to, like, not be cremated, so then you're actually, like, giving nutrients to the tree?
It's like one of those things where like because like they actually like you have to like send your ashes to them so they can put you in the sort of like the whole like pot thing, and then they give the tree back to your family. I don't think sending your whole ass body to them would be a good idea.
I mean, it's not, but it would. But like just for the actual tree, I feel like a human body, like an actual human body, is a lot more nutritious to a tree than ashes.
Tomatoes love blood, so I mean, it's a pretty similar thing.
Oh God.
You're a tomato.
Is that why I love tomatoes so much?
Yes.
You're a vampire.
I'm not a vampire.
It's the vampire dysphoria.
The vampire dysphoria. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh God. But
So.
I want my funeral to be around me, who will be a tree at that point.
You'll never die.
I will never die.
I believe
Okay.
you. Outro.
Outro.
We've been talking too long.
Oh, we fucking have, haven't we?
Yep. Okay, if you wanna email us, if you wanna send us an email telling us even more how Chris is cursed, or if you have any hot takes about his hot takes,
or if you're Germa and you want to return Chris's love.
Yeah.
I think he has a fiance or he's married.
We've already had a discussion about polyamory.
You can email us at liminalspacespod@gmail.com. We also have a Twitter at liminalspacepod and an Instagram at liminalspacespod. Or you can find us on YouTube as well. That's all the main socials. And then we also have our own personal ones. I got that all out in one go. I'm very proud of myself.
Deep breath.
You can find my Twitter at Arsenic in Newlace. You can find Chris's Twitter through my Twitter because he apparently still doesn't exist.
I don't exist on the internet.
He does, but he's just a vampire about it.
And you can follow me on Instagram at Adele Bernadette and on Twitter at Adele_Palm. And I wish I could get Adele Bernadette on Twitter, but somebody has it, even though they don't use it.
I accidentally followed that one, and I was like, where the fuck is Adele?
Yeah, it's very frustrating because like it's not an active account, but I still can't use the name, and I'm very sad about it.
Yeah, but for a while there, yours wasn't an active account either.
I mean, it was active. It just wasn't used. But
so it was active, but it wasn't active.
Yeah, but this one's just straight up. I don't think even posts anything. Like I don't think it's got a real.
No, I don't think so
profile,
either.
But
like
everything
famous enough, you can kick them off.
Maybe because everything else I have is Adele Bernadette. That's the only one that's like not.
Oof.
But anyways,
if you want to know what Chris's Tumblr is, email us at.
Absolutely not. My Tumblr is for nobody but myself.
Are we gonna dox you?
And my
friends.
Dox
your Twitter?
and my Minecraft friends.
And all the URLs that you've hoarded up.
Listen, I don't explain my genius often.
Let's just leave it there. Our intro and outro music has been Into the Woods by Purple Planet Music.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening.
Thank you. I've been Nick.
I've been Adele.
And I've been Chris.
And we'll see you next time.
In
the
Liminal Spaces. Ooh, that was good.
Oh, we did it finally. We can now. We can retire.
We can rest in peace.
We can retire now.
Sorry. I just got a notification that my package from the McElroys just shipped.
Oh my
Yes.
That includes the Candle Nights.
Hell yeah.
Candle Nights charity ball, which kind of dates this recording. It's gonna go up after the new year.
Oh yeah, here we are in the first month of the
2020.
next decade. Hey guys, I know what's happening right now because I have 20/20 vision.
Oh my god.
God. Not yet.
It's the
In
roaring
future.
20s.
In the-
Yeah.
Ew.
I'm so sorry.
Why?
Disclaimer, I was never seen or emo.
I was.
I was too afraid of my parents to go seen or emo.
That's fair. I was like soft emo. I never had the like hard emo look, but I like you look at my ripped CDs of the era. Oh my god. I went back and listened to them the other month, and
emo.
they were so fucking emo.
That's
oh my
adorable.
god.
My mom wouldn't let me dye my hair because it was like, if you dye your hair, then the beautiful natural shade of it's never going to come back. And I'm like, hey mom, it definitely came back. Like,
Yeah,
my beautiful natural shade is now blue.
Nice.
hell yeah. I was able to dye my hair, but it wasn't anything. I had red just for a long time. So nothing crazy, but like I was wearing, Emily the Strange t-shirts and like baggy jeans.
had their novels.
I love that so much. And like was listening to The Bird and the Worm by The Used.
Yeah. Same.
I was never emo, so all this is going right over my head.
I was always like, I was a mindless self-indulgent emo. So you don't know mindless self-indulgent?
Oh, I thought you were just like describing
No,
I assumed
mindless
it was a band after talking about it.
Mindless Self-Indulgence is a really fucked up band. I would put them like cursing wise around somewhere like near Hollywood Undead, but not quite that bad.
Ooh.
They're pretty. I like them though. They like let me scream without screaming.
I was more just like sad music that I probably didn't fully understand, but still felt like big mood.
Yeah.
That like classic meme of like you'll have a song and then it's like 8-year-old me just rocking out sobbing to it, even though
there was like a lot of music that I used to listen to that I realized was like highly more sexual than I thought it was.
Oh my
that
god.
too. Yep.
Aqua. Hi Aqua.
Yeah.
Used to listen to Aqua all the time.
Yep.
That's a lot of sexual.
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 Are you having sexual intercourse?
Christopher.
He's cursed this episode too.
Yeah.
Christopher.
Oh, I got shivers.
To get you into the vampire mood.
Oh god, no.
Okay, thanks everyone for listening. This has been Liminal Spaces. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Alright, recording over.